He's accomplished a lot, and it's been hard on everybody, but he's doing really well, and I'm proud of him.
Oh my gosh.
This is Logan, a senior at Gravette High School, and he's had quite the journey in his education.
He is our oldest kid out of 4 kids, and he has completed an associate's degree, and he's also completed a bachelor's being in high school as a senior.
Through NWAC, I've got an associate's in science and general technology, and then through American College of Education, ACE, I got a bachelor's of arts and professional studies.
Not to mention mastering his high school work and playing multiple sports.
I find myself getting home about 6:30 after sports are done. Then I have to get on homework and do some college assignments, so it's been pretty hard for time management.
It started back when my husband and I went back to school in 2020. We got our degrees, and we realized there was a young kid in one of our classes, and we questioned the small school that we went to, and they approved Logan to come in and get tested, and he got in. We started classes and went that way.
And he picked up a few more achievements along the way, including becoming CPR certified, a leadership certification, and a bicycle technician certificate from NWAC.
There's definitely ups and downs, but just pushing through them really helped me, and my parents were really supportive.
Over the course of a few months, Logan will be walking across multiple stages this graduation season.
I'll walk for NWAC the 6th of next month, and then I walk in Indianapolis for my bachelor's sometime in the middle of summer, and then I'll walk for high school, I think after I get my associates.
Then he steps off the graduation stage into his next chapter in life.
I feel like I have a whole weight off my chest. I just kind of feel accomplishment, and I can kind of go have fun and focus more on what I'm going to do after high school.
Exciting, nervous, first kid. Gonna cry. It's good. Proud of him. Good job, Logan. Congratulations.
Newspaper. Places tend to stay clean when they are clean. You're not going to be that first person to throw a piece of litter out whenever the whole area is pristine. So getting everything back to baseline essentially makes the area surrounding it a lot cleaner.
This is Trevor, and for him and his team from Osprey Initiative, one man's trash is another man's data?
Everything we do has so much data associated with it because it all tells different stories.
Stories that go beyond where the litter landed.
If we're seeing a whole bunch of water bottles and beverage bottles and chip bags and candy wrappers, you may have a park or a ball field somewhere upstream. Or if you're seeing a whole bunch of vehicle-related stuff in the water, and it's new stuff, you may have a dumping issue. Vehicle part must be close to a highway or something.
To collect that data, they're picking up litter from waterways across Fayetteville.
A lot of the work that we've been doing here originated at this site right here at Clear Creek, where it drains into Lake Fayetteville. Started as one litter collection device as a pilot to see what kind of data that we could collect, has turned into a full watershed assessment, tactical cleanups, and installation of more litter collection devices throughout the city of Fayetteville.
Now, there are 6 of these litter booms set up across town.
These were strategically placed based off of the first year's data set that we gathered from our initial tactical cleanups, our baselines, to strategically segment these to capture the most litter and to be the most beneficial.
But the work is still far from over.
Sometimes it's just easier to go out and go get the litter, which is what our tactical cleanups are. Over the last 2 days' work between Skull Creek and Town Branch, we removed 2,500 pounds of litter just in the last 2 days. And being that, last year we did 16,000 pounds, I think we're off to a pretty good start here. And we always like to get everything back to baseline around these devices.
Searching through tall grass, thick mud, and even on the water for every scrap, and calculating the data along the way.
Awesome. The city is really ahead of the game when it comes to, protecting their waterways and their green spaces, because not only do they feel that it's important, but it's important for the community here.
And while members of the Osprey Initiative team will be checking back in on these booms, they also encourage locals to do their part in their own corner of the community.
Getting involved, just making sure that you're staying on top of your own area, because if everybody just picks up their own little area, then it's a lot less work for the city or for volunteer groups, and it's just a great way to bring a community together.
The students have great ownership over this podcast, so I've seen them empowered to tell their stories. It is incredible to see them just soaring.
You're listening to Tiger Talk.
Tiger Talk is a podcast that is produced by 4th and 5th grade East students at John Tyson Elementary School.
This is the 7th season of Tiger Talk. This year, the focus is veterans organizations that serve veterans.
Today, we're interviewing Mr. Brian Clark. He is one of the heroes who serves our nation's heroes.
They do everything from write the script to invite the guest, welcome the guest, explain how the process works.
We interview veteran organizations so that veterans have a good source on what veteran organizations that they might need.
How can veterans or people who want to volunteer with Heroes on the Water get in contact with your organization?
What I like about doing the Tiger Talk podcast is getting to help people. Veterans need help. They either have PTSD or they don't know where to find the resources that they need. Say a veteran doesn't know how to get groceries. We could interview a veteran organization that helps them with bills because they served in a branch like in the Army, and so we want to help them like how they helped us.
This is a map of Tiger Talk's downloads, and it's been listened to on every continent except Antarctica. The students have received multiple awards from the Arkansas Podcast Collaborative. When they compete in the ARCAST Awards, they're competing with adults. And so it really is amazing to me to see that people believe in the stories that they tell and support Tiger Talk.
Tiger Talk to you later. Roar.
This is the best part of my job.
I think anytime any creator can go above and beyond and show the world that there's still people who want to make a difference, it is not just a privilege, but it's a necessity.
Meet Russell, whose journey as a nonprofit leader began with Legos.
I'm a 3-time Guinness World Record holder for walking across Lego bricks barefoot. And the second time that I broke the record, I found my purpose in life. I quit my job, I cashed out my retirement, and I started a nonprofit called Little Bricks Charity.
Brick by brick, Russell built a following online and has used his platform to help kids in need across America.
To date, we've helped more than 21,000 patients in 62 hospitals all across the nation.
To close out March, Russell's donating boxes of Lego sets to patients at Arkansas Children's Northwest, which former Arkansas Children's patient Sawyer Greenfield says he hopes helped those children, just like Legos helped him.
I was a patient at Northwest Children's, first for HLH and then for leukemia. There's a lot going on when you're in the hospital, and you just need that one thing to kind of focus on and get your mind off everything. And for me, that ended up being, for a large part, Lego.
And the same goes for the owners of Bricks and Minifigs in Springdale, who funded Russell's trip to NWA.
I battled some brain issues. I have a brain tumor and a brain aneurysm. I had to retrain my brain to function and work, and we searched out a place because I had started using Lego bricks to retrain my brain, and my hands and coordination skills.
And when they tried donating Lego sets themselves,
I actually had reached out to Children's Hospital, and we couldn't donate just directly to them.
So they sought out Russell for help.
I have been following Russell for a while. I love his mission and the opportunity to do that, so I reached out to him hoping that, we could connect, and he responded.
They invited us out. They're like, we love what you do, and we want to give back to the community. And that is, at its core, is what Little Bricks Charity is all about. It's about bringing communities together to build happiness on those when they really need it.
And Russell says that for him, this trip is another opportunity to answer his calling.
When we get to literally see a child go from being sad or worried to being happy and creative and just escape what they're in, you can't see it right now. My arms are covered in goosebumps. This is why I was put on this earth. And when I get a chance to do that, it just feels natural.
You see that summit? I'm a big person on joy. To quote Eric, my writing friend, joy is everlasting. I want them to have joy with it. That's what I'd love to see.
This is Jim Cartwright.
I've had 3 careers. I'm a teacher for 10 years. I've been in the manufacturing business where I've run some companies and sold. And then I got into Arkansas and been in the agency business for shopper marketing.
But after retiring in 2019, he says a simple walk around his neighborhood launched a whole new vision.
COVID hit right around that time. I wanted to start walking and do it as a commitment and started seeing things as I'm walking. And I would take different pictures.
Since then, he has walked for miles.
Oh, there's all these goobers. I'm going to have fun.
And miles.
7.5, 7.8, 6.8, 6.8, 7.2.
In search of pareidolia.
Pareidolia, very simply defined, is your mind's ability to see images within other images or random patterns, and you find something familiar in them. And I may see something in a cloud when I was a kid and say, I see a face. You look at it and go, I see a dragon. You both see it. You're both right. And it's kind of fun. You got to get out of the picture.
Snapping thousands of photographs before deciding to use them for a book.
Like a coffee table book. And I was working with Eric, and we were trying to come up with a book, and we couldn't get a spark.
But after a year of gridlock on the project, Jim got a new idea while on a walk with his granddaughter on a ski trip.
We are 5 minutes into the walk. 5 minutes. She said, is the book going to work out? And I said, no, I don't think so. And she said, I got an idea. I said, all right, what's your idea? And she said, why don't you make it a board game? Now she's 12. And she was serious. And I said, so tell me more. We spent 2 hours walking and brainstorming. That was the genesis.
Now, Jim has created that board game, turning the many photographs he's captured into playing cards.
Oh my goodness. 5. So now you're going to move 5.
Using the game as a fun way to teach others about pareidolia.
Pareidolia has been in existence since humankind started. And having been a teacher, I know the importance of the expressions in people's faces. And to have that breadth and history and no one knows what the word pareidolia is, we hope with this that a lot more people will.
And to pay homage to the community that he now calls home.
My wife and I have lived in 5, 6 different states or 5, 6 different communities. And this is unique. This is about Northwest Arkansas. I'd say 90% of the images, of the 5,000 images that I've taken, are from Northwest Arkansas. I am so blessed to be in this area in Northwest Arkansas many more years than I thought that I would ever be here.
Being able to do so many things without restrictions, a lot of people don't realize how valuable that is until it's all taken away from them in an instant.
December 28th was supposed to be like any other day for Melora Stites.
I was just going to go DoorDash, and something I always did. It was routine. It was about 1 a.m. when I left here. I went to go get something to eat, and then I did my makeup in the car a little bit and then headed towards Fayetteville to start DoorDashing.
Until, at 3:43 a.m.
911, where's your emergency?
After I came off of exit 12, I was driving for a little bit and there was an overpass, and then right in front of me at the last minute I seen a deer running out, and so I tried to get into the left lane to avoid hitting it. I turned my wheel too fast, and whenever I did that my car had spun into a circle and turned into the left guardrail.
And I got into an accident, the whole front of my car crashed. Okay, are you hurt? No, I'm completely fine, but I live in Sallisaw. I don't know what to do.
While she waited for help,
I was having to wave cars down with my flashlight, and a few went by. They were able to go past it.
We were heading home, heading up 49 towards Fayetteville, and then all of a sudden we were approaching this bridge, and I seen somebody on the side of the bridge, and I thought, that is so strange. Why would somebody at this hour of the day be on a bridge like this?
Janet Mack avoided Melora's car and parked on the side of the road, near others who had stopped to help.
I'm talking with 911, walking back, and in the distance we could see something coming towards the bridge. And the closer we got to the bridge, we realized it was a semi-truck. And her car didn't have any lights on it.
He started getting closer and closer, and I didn't know where else to go, and my car was in the middle of the lanes. So that didn't leave very much room for the semi to go around.
As the semi drew closer, Melora attempted to protect herself.
I tried to climb over the overpass, not realizing how far up I was. I was just trying to climb over and hang on the other side of it.
The truck came to a stop and went around it. And I thought, that's kind of strange, that light's not on the bridge that was on earlier.
I let go and I went falling down, and I fell about 40 feet down.
Are you still there? State police is on the line.
We're screaming, hey, is anybody there, and just did that for a while, and we didn't know if anybody was still in the car or what was going on at that point. And then we heard her voice coming from down below.
Do you need EMS?
Please help me. I don't know what happened. I'm so confused right now.
Just relax.
I just remember fading in and out of consciousness really badly and having a whole bunch of crazy dreams. I ended up, making it. Thanks to Janet, I remember just her being there, and every time I would come in and out of consciousness, that's who would be talking to me and who I remember being there.
She had 911 on the phone, so she handed me the phone and I started talking to the 911 operator.
Is anybody hurt? She appears that we need to have somebody check her out. Okay. We're down underneath the bridge.
Janet did say that she found me only about like a foot away from the road, 1 or 2 feet away.
Before long, police arrived on scene, and Janet stayed with Melora.
The officer told me, he goes, well, you can go ahead and go after he got my information. I said, no, I told her I'd stay until she left the scene, so I want to stay, make sure that she's all right.
Melora was sent to a hospital in Springfield, Missouri to treat her injuries.
I broke my pelvis, I broke a lot of stuff in my back, a rib, and my sternum. But they did say that I should be able to completely walk again with time. I'll just have to be in the wheelchair for a few months.
Since that night, Janet had been trying to find a way to see her again, and Melora had been trying to find her, until finally.
How are ya?
I'm okay, how are you?
You don't look okay, but...
Well, I'm happy to be alive.
Yes, ma'am.
The two reunited, seeing each other again on Melora's first day back home from the hospital.
It's awesome to see her sitting upright in a chair and not being laying down. And, you know, I had planned on that at some point this week I was going to drive up to Springfield. That's a little distance to go up there, but I would have done that if I needed to, because I wanted to make sure she was okay.
And even though Melora has a long recovery ahead,
I'm still trying to live my life. I don't want to live my life in fear. I don't want to be scared of doing stuff and just staying at home all the time. And I think that with time that I'll be able to be the same person I was again.
Janet says she plans to keep in contact with Melora and hopes others are willing to step in like she did that night.
I'm not an angel, I'm not a hero by any means of any of it. I would hope that there'd be more people that would be willing to stop at an accident and assist. You might not be able to do much for them, but if you can go and assist in any form or fashion, to do that.
Doug Alley, I don't want to brag, but I feel like I probably got the best assignment of the day, and that's because I'm joined by one of the greatest athletes to ever put on an Arkansas Razorback uniform. And yes, I'm talking about Miss Stacy Lewis. Stacy, thank you so much for joining us. You just finished your round about 30 minutes ago. How'd you play today?
Pretty solid, actually. Always would like to make a few more, but hit some close shots there on 15 and 18. Gave the whole little scare, and the crowd kind of went nuts. So it was a fun day.
I'm here currently at the Walmart Amp, and it's not too much going on right now. Still clear skies here, not rain just yet, but they do have a lot of people rolling in, starting to roll in, trying to get here to beat the crowd.
Crews have been on the ground here at Mark Recycling for more than 5 hours now. I'm actually going to step off camera so you can get a look at kind of what the scene is looking like here. Just about 30 minutes ago, we received an update from Rogers Fire. They say they believe they now have the fire contained to a manageable area, but that it will likely continue burning for the next couple of days.
Right now, what you've seen overnight is a major plow event. We've tried to get it off the road. Now we're trying to treat it.
And what can you take, or what's similar, what's different from the last snow event that we had compared to this one?
This is a dry snow. The last snow was very much a wet snow, which made it a lot harder on our machinery and on traction. You can get this is almost can be sandy, and with these sub-zero temperatures, it can be fine like that, and you can almost gain traction with it.
And this is the start of the tornado that touched down and moved through Greenland. You'll notice behind me, we got the American Red Cross. They've been out here all day from the Northwest Arkansas Rogers chapter handing out disaster kits. You can see this area that's just splattered with insulation. Now, this is on the east side of the house. This is one way you know this was no doubt a tornado. The Weather Service was out here too. But a gentleman by the name of Tony Shepard, who's not home right now, was in the garage. This is his garage, and look at the amount of damage that this tornado caused, ripping and pulling this wall.
Absolutely, Allie. We're now seeing the ballot boxes roll in, which means voting is now closed across the county.